The stock market is currently down big. By the time that you see this, obviously there's going to be fluctuations, but it had already lost over $2 trillion worth of value at one point. And this is, we saw the value of the dollar dropping and the odds of recession rapidly rising. Or you have Bank of America now seeing a high risk of recession. And JPMorgan saying that if Trump's tariffs are sustained, they'll push the US into a recession. And the trade war, it's just beginning. Or the EU says that the door is open for last-ditch negotiations, but that they're readying countermeasures. Meanwhile, Germany and France reportedly think that the strategy should be to hit the US so hard that Trump has to remove the tariffs. But some reports even saying that they're considering nuclear options, which range from blocking U.S. tech companies from the European market, taxing U.S. banks, and stripping American companies of their intellectual property rights. You also have France saying that Trump is acting like he's master of the world and has urged European companies to halt all investment into the U.S. And of course, all of this is the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says that if the countries retaliate to these tariffs, the U.S. will escalate. But this is, you have many saying that the countries are already retaliating because they're being hit with tariffs randomly, saying, they're not reciprocal tariffs. With, a number of experts noting that the tariff rates that Trump presented yesterday, they're not actual tariff rates, right? When you look at the chart, South Korea does not have a 50% tariff on the US. Its tariff is 0.79%. With economists saying that it looks like the Trump administration just took what a country's trade deficit was last year and divided it by their exports and then called that their tariff rate. But this is, they say that's not a tariff, that's a trade balance, right? And America has a trade deficit with basically everyone because Americans compared to the rest of the world are rich and rich people buy things, right? The United States reportedly makes up 30% of all global consumer spending despite being just 4% of the population. With some saying this is like complaining that you have a trade deficit with the grocery store because you're buying from them and they don't buy from you. And so that's just one of the reasons you have many experts right now looking at all this and saying, what the hell? But for now, follow to stay in the loop.